It's the most wonderful time of the year, and with Christmas just around the corner, we're about to be surrounded by the familiar sounds of the holiday season. But have you ever stopped to think about the origins of one of the most iconic Christmas songs of all time? Now, you will be surprised to hear that it's not actually a Christmas song. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells. Yes, that song. Now, you might be surprised to learn that this catchy tune isn't actually about Christmas at all. And its history is far more complex than you might expect. From its origins as a drinking song in the mid-19th century to its association with horse-drawn sleighs and the quiet snow-covered roads of New England, Jingle Bells has a fascinating story to tell. But some historians argue that the song's true meaning is even more sinister, with one theory suggesting that it was actually written about the brutal practice of slavery in the United States. Now, in this video, we'll take a look into the surprising history of Jingle Bells and explore the different interpretations and meanings that have been attributed to this song over the years, from its origins as a Thanksgiving song to its possible connections to the slave trade. We will examine the evidence and hear from different people who have studied the song's complex and often contradictory history. So as you sing along to Jingle Bells this holiday season, remember that there is more to this catchy tune than meets the eye. So with that said, let's take a look at these videos. I will be right back.
Jingle Bells.
That is the origin of the song called Jingle Bells, a one-horse open sleigh by J. Pierpont. It's all about the girl with the bells around the necks of the slaves, so the owners could hear when they were trying to flee. You can visit these bells at the Bullock Museum. So it is not a Christmas song for kids. You should read more about James Pierpont. The next time you should think twice before singing this song called Jingle Bells. So when those poor people were trying to flee and the owners heard the sound coming off the jingle bells, they searched after them on the one-horse open sleigh. Now you know and understand the origin of the song called Jingle Bells on the one-horse open sleigh by Pierpont.
Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Did you know the real Jingle Bells was not about bells? It was about slaves escaping. Did you know that? So the original Jingle Bells was named One Horse Open Sleigh. It was written by this over here, James Pierpont. And according to an academic paper, the Christmas carol Jingle Bells has its origins. The song was first performed in blackface in a minstrel show in Boston in 1857. What is a minstrel show? Minstrel show is a popular form of entertainment in the 19th and 20th century which shows artists performing in blackface, like this over here, where the white people dressed up like black people and pretended they were stupid and lazy and did stupid things, and it was funny for them, you understand? Jingle Bells in particular was a funny one, but you had to do with slaves escaping. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now you know.
All right, Dr. B, all right.
You know the song Jingle Bells?
Jingle bells, jingle bell rock.
No, you singing the wrong one. You trying to sing the cool one. I'm talking about the old one. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I was listening to Frank Sinatra earlier, so
hey, and then dang, bing, dang, bang. Better break these frequencies down. Ding, dang, dang. Ding, dang, dang. Ding, ding. I was almost happy. Dang, dang, dang. Guess where it comes from?
Where?
And I just got this in the mail today. You ready?
Yeah. Minstrel songs. Wow. Old and new.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
I got this. It had to come from somewhere. Somebody in Europe had it. You have to go to like these old bookstores where they got this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jingle Bells has to do with a song about a sleigh ride.
Mm.
The bells are the bells they tied to slaves. Mm. And when they ran away, you could find them because you could hear their bells jingling as they ran through the snow.
Wow.
The one horse open sleigh, and the sleigh has got to do it. And they're having fun chasing the slaves through the snow. Jingle, jingle, jango is an African thing. Jango, it's a rhythm. Bells. And bells, part of something. If you look at bell a couple ways, it looks like ball, which is a god. You look that up, Baal. Jingle bells is about chasing down slaves. Get the book. This book got a lot of stuff in here that you think that you feel like, oh my God, this song was great. They got the notes, show you how to play it. You see how old this book is? This book is from the 1800s. This is the actual book. It got melodies. Man, you got to turn the pages real careful because it's like old and got that funky smell. This book is actually from that time. This ain't no, well, we're trying to be mad at folks. No, you need to know that some of the stuff that you've been singing is putting you into a ritualistic state where you don't even realize you're chasing yourself through the snow. Now, the 12 days of Christmas is a whole nother story. 12 days of Christmas has got so much science, and it comes from some old ancient, what they want to call paganism. And paganism is when they felt that nature was everything. They worshiped, they looked up to.
Did you know the song Jingle Bells? Is it actually about a kind of bell? I did know that. It's not even a Christmas song. I mean, it came to be associated with Christmas. But you're right, originally it was a drinking song about telling people to get out of the way. Wait, what? It's saying Jingle Bells as a command. Horse-drawn sleighs were super quiet in the snow, so people put bells on their sleighs to warn people they were coming. Like that fake engine noise that Shelly's Prius has to let people with poor situational awareness know that her car is there. Not a bad analogy. So why do we sing Jingle Bells at Christmas? I'm guessing because there's a bunch of snow and possibly more drinking in December, but if you want a reason not to sing it, the guy who wrote it not only abandoned his family in Massachusetts and ran off to California to pursue the gold rush, but then he moved to the South, where he fought for the Confederacy. He also wrote them a bunch of songs. Yeesh. Well, at least we've opened the door for somebody to put Jingle Bells on Shelly's Prius.
A lot of people don't realize that Jingle Bells is actually a song written for Thanksgiving. It was written by this guy, James Pierpont, I think it is. Yeah, he actually wrote the song for his dad's church. It says that the song was written for Thanksgiving by the Methodist Unitarian Church Choir. And there you go. It says, but it was a hit. And the congregation requested it as an encore at Christmas. And there you go. It's a huge Christmas song, but it was originally written for Thanksgiving. If you think about it, it doesn't actually say anything about Santa or Christmas or anything. It was actually, he wrote it in September. But if any song should be sang every Thanksgiving, it is Jingle Bells.
Now, we all know by now that Jingle Bells is a Thanksgiving song, not a Christmas song, but it's so much weirder than that. Hello, if this face and jaunty hat are new to you, I'm Katie, your friendly neighbourhood social scientist and host of the history podcast, Who Did What Now? The holiday ditty was composed by James Lord Pierpont, who was the black sheep of his family because, they were very anti-slavery and he was, a staunch supporter of the Confederacy, who left his first wife and kids to become a church organist in Savannah, Georgia. As a Confederate soldier, he also composed Our Battle Flag, We Conquer or Die, and Strike for the South. But back to Jingle Bells. So we don't actually sing all the verses anymore, which is why it was so easy to transfer over to being like a Christmas jingle. But there's an entire verse about going too fast, too furious, but with sleighs. That's right, horse-drawn drag racing, but specifically to impress girls. Oh, and a fact that will surprise absolutely no one, it was originally performed in blackface.
Real Santa Claus was a man by the name of St. Nicholas. And when I do research about St. Nicholas, the real St. Nicholas, the further back I go, the blacker St. Nicholas gets. The image that we have of Santa Claus is the rosy-cheeked European jolly guy, and that image was created sometime in the early 1800s. But the real Santa Claus was a man by the name of St. Nicholas. And when I do research about St. Nicholas, the real St. Nicholas, the further back I go, the blacker St. Nicholas gets. And when you look at pictures and portraits of St. Nicholas in museums in Europe, St. Nicholas is totally black. And there's a museum in Italy that has an old painting of St. Nicholas, and he has like dark skin, woolly hair. So people have to realize that the Santa Claus that we know and love today is based on a black saint from Europe.
Now, when the holiday ditty was first printed by a Boston music publishing house in 1857, it was released under the title One Horse Open Sleigh. When it was reissued 2 years later, the song had the more familiar title of Jingle Bells. A historical plaque in the Boston suburb of Medfield, Massachusetts, claims that Pierpont wrote his famous tune while nursing a drink in the Simpson Tavern in 1850, a year after his father took over a nearby Unitarian church. The date, if not the place of the song's composition, is unlikely given that Pierpont probably wouldn't have waited 7 years to publish it, and research by Boston University faculty member Kiner Hamill has found that he was still in California chasing gold at the time. In 1985, Savannah erected an historical mark of its own across from the Unitarian Church, where Pierpont was music director at the time the song was published, and possibly soon after it was written in the city. Now, Hamill says that Pierpont wrote the song in the early summer of 1857 while temporarily living in a Boston rooming house. One thing that is not in dispute is that Pierpont drew upon snowbound memories of sleigh rides and sleigh races in Massachusetts, not Georgia, when writing the song. Now, Jingle Bells was not intended to be a Christmas song. Although Jingle Bells is now a staple, there is no mention of Christmas or any other holiday in the song. Some historical accounts report that the tune was first performed for a Thanksgiving service at the church of either Pierpont's father or brother, but the lyrics might have been too for an ecclesiastical audience. Now, given the songwriter's rebellious nature, it shouldn't be surprising that Jingle Bells has a bit of rebel without a cause attitude. The less known verses of the song describe picking up girls, drag racing on snow, and a high-speed crash. Now, the lyrics "Go it while you're young" in the final verse of the secular standard is hardly about a holy or silent night. Now, according to research, Jingle Bells is one of the most performed and well-known secular holiday songs ever written, not only in the United States but around the world. It's the first song to have been broadcast from space by Gemini's 6 astronauts 9 days before Christmas in 1965. Now, it's regularly been sung at the White House, most recently by President Barack Obama and his family upon lighting the national Christmas tree in 2016. But Jingle Bells isn't being sung anymore at Brighton's Council Rock Primary School. Jingle Bells, explained Council Rock Principal Matt Tampon in an email, has been replaced with other songs that don't have the potential to be controversial or offensive. Jingle Bells offensive. How so? Now, Tampon and other staff confirmed by email that the decision to remove the song was based in part on information in a 2017 article written by Professor Kiner Hamill, director of Boston University's core curriculum. Hamill's article is a deep dive, nearly 12,000 words, including appendices and footnotes, into the origin of Jingle Bells, the life of its composer, James L. Pierpont, and the popularity of sleigh songs in the mid-1800s. Now, she found documents showing that the song's first public performance may have occurred in 1857 at a Boston minstrel show. Minstrelsy was a then popular form of entertainment in which palm-color actors performed in blackface. But when told that Council Rock has removed Jingle Bells based partly on her research, Hamill responded in an email, "I'm actually quite shocked the school would remove the song. I in no way recommended that it stop being sung by children." Now, she continued, "My article tried to tell the story of the first performance of the song. I do not connect this to the popular Christmas tradition of singing the song now. The very fact of Jingle Bells' popularity has to do with the very catchy melody of the song, and not to be only understood in terms of its origins in the minstrel tradition. I would say it should very much be sung and enjoyed and perhaps discussed." Now, Hamill, who has spoken to media and individuals nationally and internationally about her research, added that this is the first time she's heard of a school removing the song from its repertoire. When I shared Hamill's response with Council Rock staff Alison Rooks, Brighton Central School District Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Instruction offered a different reason for removing Jingle Bells. She wrote, "Some suggest that the use of collars on sleighs with bells to send an alert that they were running away is connected to the origin of the song Jingle Bells. While we are not taking a stance to whether that is true or not, we do feel strongly that this line of thinking is not in agreement with our district beliefs to value all cultures and experiences of our students. For this reason, Riox concluded, along with the idea that there are hundreds of other 5-note songs, we made the decision to not teach the song directly to all students. Now, a quick Google search shows that bells on horses were common as far back as Roman times. The linkage of sleigh bells with slave bells is not addressed in Hamill's paper. When I asked Hamill about this, she responded, the use of bells on enslaved peoples may be true, but there is no connection to the song that I've discovered in my research. Perhaps finding a well-referenced source for this claim might be in order if that is what school officials want to determine as the cause for not singing it. In today's world, with culture wars too often raging and school children and parents increasingly caught in the middle, it's often difficult to determine whether a given decision is just politically correct or actually wise. And certainly within the scope of trying to reform the curriculum of a school district comprising 4 buildings, hundreds of professional and support staff, and thousands of students to be more diverse and inclusive, the removal of one song is a small matter. But once you get that time in your head, dashing through the snow in a 1-horse open sleigh, it's hard to get it out. I got the tune in my head, so I figured, small matter or not, I might as well try to learn more about how and why the school came to remove it. Now, there are really different interpretations to the song, but I would like to hear from you, our viewers. If you have more information on this, then please do share. If you have any articles that, we can get more information on the true origin of this song, then please do share, do comment in the comment section, and let's have a conversation. Thank you for always watching, and see you in our next video as we bring you another interesting video.